The sixth, really good, as Tom said, Class 2 over the 1650 Lantau Island Handicap it is. We've got Telecom Fighters coming back into Class 2. He's a four-time course and distance winner. Sunny Star was group placed in the January Cup last time. CP Brave's been back to the trial since his last appearance. Savaquin, Joe's had 4 rides on the horse for 2 wins and 2 placings. Beauty Joy, interesting, switches across from Sha Tin to Happy Valley for the first time and goes up in trip. Zara is still the track record holder over the 1650. Bear again has his first start for David Hall. And Rocket Spade, a 4-year-old series contender, has a run around at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Righto, Tom, so we're running the 1650 for this one, and the pace anticipated to be good to slow.
Pace might only be moderate in this race with Bear again and Telecom Fighters. Telecom Fighters had a really tough run last start on the weather at Sha Tin. Where does Beauty Joy end up, Paul, from barrier 4?
Yeah, up to 1650. I think he can go forward. I don't think Bear again's got the pace, so I think he'll be happy just to take a sit. Beauty Joy. Solar YY's got an inside draw. He's another one that likes to be handy. I don't think anyone necessarily needs to race wide here with a smallish field. I suppose the query CP Brave, because he does like to go forward, but with the wide draw, I just wonder if they'll try and slot in. That'd be the query, CP Brave, for me.
And that is the speed map for race number 6. Beauty Joy has been a bit of a focus already so far on the show. His rider is Zach Purton.
Zach, Beauty Joy will line up for the 3rd time this season, this time at Happy Valley. You're back on board, and he's a decent type of horse, isn't he?
Yeah, both his runs this season have been good. He's been to the Valley for a trial previously, so he's somewhat familiar with the course, and he's drawn a nice gate, so hopefully he can just find himself in the right spot and give us a nice run.
On that trial at the Valley, it was a fair way ago now. I think it was December of 2020. Did he always give you the impression that that sort of track would suit him?
He's a lightly framed horse, and quite often those horses can get around the tight track quite well. But he was quite adaptable overseas before he came here, and he's been able to adapt to wherever he's gone here as well. So I don't see the track being a problem for him.
And just on the headgear he wears now, in that trial he didn't sport a hood or a tongue tie. He's been wearing it this season, and he seems to have really elevated his form. Has that made a big difference in your mind?
Possibly. Obviously he changed stables. He was lightly raced when he first came here, and then he changed stables. So Tony's obviously been tinkering with the gear a little bit, and he seems to think that that's what the horse needs. So that's why it's on there.
Just on his running style, I mean, he has been obviously going forward. There's a little bit of tempo in the race. Is he a horse that necessarily has to lead?
I don't think he has to. I rode him in a trial and he sat behind, so he can adapt. Yeah.
And just obviously looking ahead, obviously we've got the 4-year-old series coming up. That's seemingly heating up quite nicely, and quite a bit to look forward to there. Yeah,
of course. I think it's a strong year this year. There are a number of chances from a number of different stables as well. It's competitive, and the melting pot's all sort of coming together at the right time. So we'll know more, obviously, after the Classic Mile, heading towards the Derby, but it's an exciting year, I think.
And on your mount, Packing Victory, have you had a chance to have a sit on him recently?
Yeah, I worked him at the end of last week, and he's working well. He's come through his last run really good. He's striding out well, so he just continues to do what he needs to do. He seems to be getting stronger all the time, and hopefully he continues to progress the right way.
Got a great attitude, does Packing Victory. Nick out of track work talking to Zach this morning. Paul, Beauty Joy, that trial at Happy Valley you had was over 12 months ago.
Yeah, a long time ago now, but it just shows he can handle the track. The horse has been running really well. He's got some rock-solid form as well. Packing Victory is going so well at the moment, and goes in the 4-year-old series, and then he beat the Irishman as well. He's another 4-year-old series contender who ran well again next time. So I think the horse is coming in with some really solid form lines.
Tom?
Yeah, he's coming in with some good form lines, that's for sure, is this horse, Beauty Joy, and he looks to be one of the leading chances in the race. From barrier number 4, he should really get an ideal run.
Next replay is going back 2 starts ago for Sunny Star. He's winning. This is over the 1650, Tom, where he does race well. We'll see his next start after this. We've also got Telecom Fighter, Sunshine Warrior, Solar, YY, Savaquin and Bear again in this replay.
Yeah, so the form has stacked up out of this race pretty well, because it's Beluga down the outside there, who's since come out and won at Sha Tin, and he always tries so hard, this horse. He only had to carry 118 there. Last start he was carrying 113, but he's back up in the weights here carrying the 127.
Yeah, so he's got to carry those weights. But look, the horse is consistent, and we know he really likes it here at Happy Valley, so he goes in for me.
He's the January Cup, Paul. Now, this was 1,800 metres. He's a 3-time 1,650 metre winner.
Yeah, he is. So, look, he finished off this race nicely enough behind Zabrowski. It was a good run once again from him. As Tom said, he did have the real lightweight coming into this. But I suppose the promising things here now is he's back to his ideal distance.
And you can see his record there overall. He's a 5-time winner, the 3 of them course and distance. He's still an entire, this horse. So interesting they've kept him a full horse for his career so far in Hong Kong, but doesn't seem to affect the way he races. He's normally pretty honest.
Some of his further race rivals now, Paul. Now, CP Brave has had a couple of trials since this last start, but they've been more quiet trials. So we're going back to the replay of his appearance on the 21st of November.
Yeah, a good run from here. So we haven't seen him out at the races for a while. He kept running into Celestial Power, who was in great form. But he did finish close up in both these races. It's just the draw for me. That's why he didn't go in the end. I just don't know where he's going to end up in the run, whether they'll take him back.
It did hit here for 4th for him. That's Zabrowski to his outside. Of course, we saw in the previous replay. He's only beaten a neck there, so he's had that freshen up, and he does normally go well fresh, this horse, so I'd certainly be keeping him safe.
And next replay here, Tom. This is Rocket Spade. Now, he's an interesting runner on Wednesday night because he's possibly targeting the Classic Mile still. Here's his first 300 metres. He's got very keen in the early stages of his first 2 Hong Kong starts.
He has. We'll look at the sections they ran last start, 25.11, 24.94, and he just pulled his block off back at the end there. So I'm prepared to give him a little excuse for that run, and second up if you subscribe to that theory. He just whacked away here in the straight, Paul, with all that energy he used in the early stages there. Hasn't had a barrier trial here at Happy Valley before, but I'm prepared to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's the query. If you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, then we know he's got some class form from overseas. His first up run wasn't too bad. You know, this one, as you say, he pulled. He did a lot of things wrong. You don't want to do that round Happy Valley.
Switch of tracks to just try and obviously settle him down, leading towards the Classic Mile if he continues to go that way. Selections, Paul, for a good quality race, number 6.
Yeah, I've got Beauty Joy on top here. I think the horse comes with some good form lines. Been to Happy Valley before, and I think he can win this. So from Barry, he doesn't have to lead. I think if Bear again goes, and I think he will, he can just sit in behind him. Sunny Star is the Valley specialist, as is Savaquin. Savaquin's a 2 times course and distance winner. He won't be too far away. And I thought Solar YY will get a nice run just in behind. So 6, 2, 4 and 5 for me.
Looking for some value in this race, I'm going with that Sunshine Warrior, who I don't think he had all the favours the last start. He's a 3-time course and distance winner. He was a little bit slow and awkward out, but look, he was beyond midfield and just ran out of room late. He's had a barrier trial since, so 8 on top. Over number 10, Rocket Spades, going to give him the benefit of the doubt of his last start performance where he got keen. 3, CP Brave, and 6, Beauty Joy. So 8, 10, 3 and 6.